Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have November 1st. Actually in Poland we celebrate this day, that is the tradition, as a day of All Saints. And I'm just going to show you this for a moment, but this video will be an interesting one. I'm going to present to you some very interesting, I would say, behavior of J.D. Vance, just in a second. But before I do this, I want to show you, when I was growing up, this is something that we still continue with this tradition, but this is something what I associate with this time of the year, not with Halloween, but with All Saints Day, when we go to visit the graves of people we loved, family members, friends, everyone who is no longer with us in a physical form, because in spirit, I believe they always are. We lit candles and we put some flowers on the grave. But, you know, Halloween is taking over because it's a really good business. It's very commercial holiday, and I wouldn't say holiday. It's one of the satanic rituals. And I want to start with this. I want to start with what J.D. Vance has posted on his Instagram. So let's play this video first. And then I give you my few cents, because I started to really ask myself, am I hearing what I'm hearing? So let's go to his Instagram. This is one of the latest posts. And again, guys, today I have so many videos open for you, so just bear with me. Be very patient. Well, the word patient, we're going to analyze it in a second. So I mute myself now, and let's take a listen to J.D. Vance, and then I give you my few cents.
Happy Halloween, kids, and remember, say thank you.
All right, so few things here. I'm not going to play it again. I will put the link down below in the description box. First thing to me, and I know this might be offending him or very offensive to those of you who really like J.D. Vance, I am changing my opinion. And from the beginning, I was not sure about him, but I have to say that when he came to Germany, to Munich, I think, and he gave that speech about suppressing freedom in Europe, that was a good one. But, you know, you have to kind of mix good and bad to confuse people. But going back to this video, I had this feeling, like, for some time, like, is he gay or is he bisexual? Because I have this feeling as if something is like in between there, or I'm not sure, because the energy is really weird. That's me. I know I'm like very sensitive empath to energy. So in this particular clip, first and foremost, you know, he put the wig on, so kind of looks like a woman, with this eyeliner again. Okay. Then he says, say thank you, say thank you. And I'm hearing this as Satan, Satan Q, Satan Q. So I heard Satan. I'm just hearing things. Guys, I know you're thinking I'm going crazy, but actually they are showing us so much. We just have to pay attention. Say thank you. And he's doing this like cutting. This, I don't know what does it mean really, this hand move, but him turning around. And I felt this must be something with this satanic, Masonic or whatever moves they practice, because I'm telling you, everyone I'm questioning at this point, absolutely everyone. So let's look it up, since I'm not an expert in the turning around meanings. So I just literally look it up. This might be completely off, but what if it's not? So let's read it. Turning around in satanic ritual meaning, that's me asking. In many occult and magical traditions, including some associated with Satanism or black magic, The action of turning around or moving in a counterclockwise direction, I don't know how you pronounce it, widershins, symbolizes moving against the established order, banishing or evoking otherworldly negative energies. Well, so how was he moving? Shall we go back again to this video after this incredible knowledge that we just gained? Let's look into this video again, because to me this is really off. Really, really awkward. Let me mute myself.
Happy Halloween, kids, and remember, say thank you.
I think it's very, very weird. That's just my opinion. But again, you know, Halloween. So I think if you say, was he turning this direction or that direction, that also depends, because you can flip it on the camera. My thoughts on Halloween, I just want to show you this, and then we go to Freemasons, because that's a very good topic for this video today. My thoughts on Halloween, kind of this dance, and one more video will summarize it for you. So let me show you. Here they are. This is Devil Dance as far as Halloween goes. Right? We know this, okay. And my favorite video as far as Halloween goes is this one, because this summarizes my approach to it. And since animals, nature know the best, this one really, really says a lot. I am in Kangaroo's team. Okay, everyone, I know it's a very different video today, but you know what? You have to counteract the evil energy with the high frequency vibes. Although, I don't know if you know, just a fun fact, or maybe not so fun fact, since we are into symbolism and of course numbers. Did you know? Let me show you. Did you know that the Grand Kremlin Palace parade entry stairs has a main staircase with 66 steps, which was designed to fit the building's layout? 66 steps. Why? Well, I don't know. But I will show you this staircase right now, because they chosen 66 steps. So this is the staircase right here. And I'm going to show you Putin walking this. Just, of course, not only Putin. Every president was walking that staircase. But this is the main grand staircase of the Grand Kremlin Palace. And when you become the president of the Russian Federation, or before, it was the Soviet Union, right? You have to walk those steps anyway. So let me show you right here how they look. Here is the entrance. And those are the steps. This is the staircase. 66 steps. Why? Why not 50? Well, anyway, I am just curious. So since we are talking about very beautiful, interesting architecture, here is a video I want to present to you. And this video will shift us into the Masonic topic, since I think that's one of the connecting links. So first, let's go to this video. This is with Trump and the Prime Minister of Japan. So let me find it. I think it's one of the latest one I had somewhere here. I have many interesting videos for you today, guys, so just bear with me. Right here. Okay, I will mute myself and you can take a listen to this guy.
Donald Trump meeting Japan's new prime minister, and take a look at the symbolism. This is the Freemasonic Royal Arch. Checkered board floor, 2 pillars and an archway. Checkered board floor, 2 pillars and an archway. People are ignorant if they don't understand this. They're showing you they are occultists. That does not mean they're inherently evil, it just means they
Sorry for that, there was a delay. So what he's saying, he's comparing that picture from the Masonic Lodge with exactly this setup, but this is in Japan, right? Because, you know, Freemasonry is pretty much in most of the places, most of the countries. Not all, but I think most of them. And he said it doesn't mean they are evil, it's just they are practicing. So let's go into this video. Hopefully this will play well for you guys. Sometimes I have delay with internet, so let's go to this one. This will be a person explaining Freemasonry, someone who I think was a member. So let's take a listen. Let me just find it first. One moment, almost there. Actually, yeah, let's go to Albert Pike, because this is the beginning of it. Let's go first to the history, and then we go to another video that I have ready with the same topic.
The man who is exalted to the highest position in Illuminism and Masonry at that time was a man named Albert Pike. In 1887 and 88, these men established what was called a Palladian Rite. They established 3 great world centers of Masonic control for international conspiracy and world revolution. One was in the United States, one was in Germany, and one was in Rome. Albert Pike spoke and wrote in 16 languages fluently. He was one of the most amazing geniuses the world had ever known, and yet he led out in magnificent seances where demons would manifest and float around in the air right out in public.
So apologies again for the delay, but sometimes that happens, especially when I share from Instagram. So many of you heard about Albert Pike. So this is the beginning, I believe, of Freemasonry in this current form. But I want to continue on that topic because I wanted to see if there is such a thing as headquarters, you know, like a main place for Freemasons. And it looks like, well, if it's true, because, you know, you can't believe everything. what it says, there is no single global headquarters for Freemasonry. Instead, it is composed of many independent, self-governing grand lodges. So like those grand lodges, I recently just showed you one, that one in Moscow, in Russia. So just go back 2 videos ago, that govern their own jurisdictions. The United Grand Lodge of England, based in Freemasons Hall in London, is one of the oldest and largest, but it is not a world governing body. And its headquarters are located at 60 Great Queen Street in London. So it looks like this is the oldest. However, they are pretty much in most of the places. Even I showed you there was a delegation going to Taiwan because there is Freemasonry in China as well. I hope the next video plays well because it's an interesting one. Someone who was a member is talking about Freemasonry. So let's take a listen.
A lot of people are losing faith with, democracy. They're saying that it's all an illusion. People think that it's actually these societies which end up picking the so-called leaders, the puppets, whatever you want to call them. Would you say that's true?
Well, that's absolutely true. Yeah, the Bilderberg group, they're the ones that put the world leaders in place. So it's nothing to do with who you vote for. And I experienced that firsthand when my youngest son wanted to join the Freemasons. The day he was initiated, the secretary of the lodge was an hour late. And we're all sat around waiting. And I said when he turned up, "Where have you been?" And he said, "I've been in a meeting for 6 hours." Now I can't tell you his name or his position in the government, but I said to him, "What was the meeting about?" He said, "Oh, we were deciding who the next prime minister is going to be." And I said, "Well, how does that work then? Because that hasn't been voted on yet." And he laughed. He just laughed and laughed. He said, "Do you really think they count your votes? Do you really believe they care what you think? It's going to be Boris Johnson." I said, "Oh, Christ, didn't see that coming." And he said, even Boris was surprised. And I said, "Well, does Boris want to do it?" He said, "That's not up for debate. It doesn't matter whether he wants to do it or not. He'll do what he's told." And that's how it was left.
And how much in advance did they know he was going to be in?
6 months.
Wow.
So I think I froze again, but that happens sometimes, as you know, guys, on my channel. That's the internet situation. Sorry for the delay again, but yeah, no surprise, right? So how you get into those very high positions, how do you do that? Well, you have to be prepared, right? Here, let's just read this since we are talking about Freemasonry and, the spells, etc. Many of you know that every word has a meaning, and that's how they have created languages around the world too. So let's break it down. Few very, very often use words, word spells. Mortgage, that is mortgage, and that is debt pledge. Government, which means control mind. Understand, as you can see here, and beneath authority. Department is separation of the mind. Department. Submission, yield authority. Patient, one who suffers. And disease, many of you know, lack of ease or harmony. So yeah, it's everywhere in the words and the symbolism, pretty much everywhere. No, I'm frozen. Now let's go to another video. I hope this one plays more smoothly. But to those of you who are remaining with me today, I very much appreciate it. So let's see. Where did I have this video? It's right here. So let's start with this one.
Interaction for your career.
So they allow you to worship like Jehovah or Yahweh?
You can worship any god you want, but that's the only qualification, because they're going to convert whoever they are over to worshiping the great architect of the universe, Hail El, Satan. AI has the same destination whether you're doing it for good or evil. So it's like good magic and black magic.
Do these people know that they're advancing a system that has been prophesied as having to happen for the rise of the Antichrist, or do they not?
The fallen angels continue to tell their offspring, their descendants of their offspring, that they can still win.
Is there a hierarchy for these things like Illuminati, Freemasons?
The fairy tale concept goes back many years for when they're ready to reveal things that we would accept that more easily, and they can tell us that they told us, we just didn't understand. This fairy tale concept, both Tolkien and Lewis were talking about, is they consider the Bible a fairy tale because they both said so. I'll show you their doctrines and the fruits of their works, and if they ever became Christian, they never recanted their writings. Many Freemasons are witches. Why? Because they're adepts, and they are leading the setting up of new towns. They're there to set up their legal claim to the new continent. When Moses dies, is Lucifer the god of the Freemasons? Yes. To join Freemasonry, you have to be invited. You can't just join it. And the general sort of understanding is that this is going to be very good for business, for social interaction, for your career.
So they allow you to worship like Jehovah or Yahweh?
You can worship any god you want.
So let me just read you here what it says. Fear is part of the control game that the elite and the powerful exercise to keep us submissive and obedient within their corrupt socioeconomic system. It is not convenient for them that people can have information about their genocidal, I don't know how to pronounce it, and psychopathic plans. Every day, there are more people who have been able to wake up from this false reality. And actually, this is my intention, everyone, because like I said in my yesterday's video, when you pay so much attention to the news, you become almost addicted to it, and you don't look at the big picture, who is like, you know, the whole setup, who is pulling the strings, like how it's all connected. The wars, the business, the human sacrifice, the blood sacrifice, the reasoning for the war, the reasoning for another war, the genocide, you know, business ventures, putting people in power, removing people from power, you know, controlling the narrative, silencing people, saying this is good, this is bad. You know, that's, I mean, to me, is becoming more and more clear. So we have to really use our discernment and use our own intuition and not be influenced by any of it, because at the end of the day, they want you to pick up sides. And the irony of it, the tragedy of it, is that all roads lead to the same wizard, okay? So it doesn't matter how it's presented to you. This is just my opinion, but I will end these videos. Again, apologies for sometimes it happens with internet. I have those once in a while. I have those issues. So thank you for watching. You will find the links attached down below in the description box. Let me know what you think. And if you choose to support my work, the best way to do it is by donating on PayPal or joining my Patreon, or you can become the member of the channel or locals supporter as well. And that's all for today, guys. Lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. And I see you in another video. Bye, everyone.